Well, hello and welcome, or welcome back. My name is Lauren. Live in Los Angeles, or La La Land as it's affectionately known, and I love to share my passion for knitting with all of you. And today I have 3 finished spring sweaters. They are just fantastic, and I did finish them a while ago, but I've been traveling, so I haven't been able to show them. So let's start from the beginning. I was working on the sweater that I'm wearing now. Let me see if I can stand up and show you a little bit of this. This is a beautiful striped 3/4 sleeve sweater, and I'll insert some pictures in a moment. But this is the Elton Pullover by Locatelli, and I started this, oh gosh, an embarrassingly long time ago, and I ran into so much trouble with it. I took so long to do it. What can I tell you about this that I haven't said before? Well, I'll probably repeat myself, but I really struggled to get this to fit well. And that is because it is a drop shoulder construction. It is very boxy, but what I did eventually was pull it in quite dramatically right underneath the armpit so it wouldn't be so huge, because I did finish it according to the instructions, and I was swimming in it. It was so big, there was so much fabric. I was never gonna wear it, and I really want to wear this. It is beautiful fabric. The alternating fingering weight and lace weight yarns really make it lightweight, stripy, just subtly stripy, beautiful and soft. And I used Magpie Fibers yarn, and the colorway is Magpie. It's this beautiful ocean blue, which I have just fallen in love with. The yarn is their Solo, which is their fingering weight, single ply Merino, and the lace weight yarn is what they call Plume. Oops, there it is, Plume. And Plume is 75% cashmere, 25% silk. It is approximately 315 yards for 25 grams, and it winds up being a lot of it. So I was super worried when I decided to rip out most of the sweater I had knit from the bottom all the way back to underneath the armpit. I was afraid that lace weight cashmere fluff that's so wonderful would be damaged or ruined as I pulled it out, but it held up just fine, and I'm really pleased with how this turned out. I knit this on number 2 needles, and what can I tell you? The drape is beautiful. The pattern had recommended 16-inch positive ease, but I found that was just way too much, as I was using a relatively larger size because my bust size is large, but that just made it too much fabric below. So I ripped it out and decreased it, as I showed you, like pretty significantly underneath the armpit. And what I did was I kept the front stitches at 136 stitches, and the back I decreased to 100. And all of that's on my Ravelry page if you want the details. I also changed the neckline. She has the pattern as it's ribbed at the neckline and the hem and the cuffs. I changed the neckline to an I-cord just because I thought it's such a lightweight sweater. I want it for the spring. I wanted it to look lightweight too. And I changed the arms to 3/4 length. I did do the ribbing here, and I just did a Jenny's stretchy bind off on the cuffs and on the hem. So just so happy it's done. I've really enjoyed wearing it. Like I said, it's lightweight. It's definitely my colors. This is it, the Elton Pullover by Locatelli in Magpie Fibers, Colorway Magpie. Okay, next is my most fun and happy project of the spring. This is Holiday by Eri Shimizu, and I knit it in medium size on US 6 needles. It's a top-down pullover sweater, and it starts flat back and forth so that you can then join the center so that it has a V-neck. And I changed the sleeves to 3/4 length with 2 rounds of 1x1 rib and a regular bind off. The bottom hem, I did do side splits without the ribbing, and this yarn is so much fun. Let me show you this sweater so you can see what I'm talking about. This is just so fun. This is Holiday, and here's this beautiful V-neck that I really like, and this is just the most fun yarn. This is just, well, it's appropriately named Confetti. It is by Expression Fibers. They're based out of North Carolina. The fiber is pearlescent fingering, which is 50% merino, 50% mulberry silk. There's 550 yards to a skein. I only needed to use 2 skeins. The colorway is Confetti. It's just so perfect for this yarn, and it's amazingly soft. Its drape is just wonderful. It feels great on. It's wow. This is yarn that is dyed by Expression Fibers, and Shandi is the owner in North Carolina. And the business mission, I will just add, is really quite lovely. She says, "We strive to inspire joy." I love her newsletters. They're always upbeat and positive, and her photos with the skeins also have some kind of photo from the natural world that reflects the colorway. It's just a joy to deal with her yarns. I made my ranunculus sweater years ago with her. It was called, oh gosh, it was Alpaca Silk Decay, and the colorway was jam. It looks like strawberry jam, and that was wonderful. The other project I made with one of her yarns was the Mirage Sport, and that was 70% superwash merino, 10% camel, 10% cashmere, and 10% mulberry silk. And it was a very beautiful, soft, drapey yarn also. And I got it in a colorway called Fuchsia Glow. And it was like this raspberry rosy colorway, which is my mom's color. And so I made a beautiful lacy shawl called Dream Glow that was one of the patterns that she has on her website, and that was fantastic. And likewise, this is fantastic too. This half silk, half merino is just wonderful and just so much fun. Let me put it on and show you. One moment. I was gonna try and show you this gorgeous sweater standing up, but I think it's better if I just do an insert. But you can see this beautiful V-line, and I'll show you the rest of it. This is my holiday sweater. It's the perfect spring summer sweater, lightweight. I did it in short sleeves. I love the color, just such a fun color pop, super soft, and I'm just loving wearing this. Beautiful short sleeves, super comfortable, and really this fun color just keeps changing. It is a joy to knit with. And like I said, I made this in the spring, and these were the colors in my life. There were so many wildflowers coming out. It was just beautiful. So my third sweater is a very similar construction to this holiday sweater. It is the very popular Petite Knits Cumulus tee, although I turned it into a long sleeve top instead. The main difference is that this was knit on a size 6 needle and it went very quickly, and the Cumulus tee is knit on a size 2, so it took much longer to complete. This is it, and it's got these beautiful tans and browns. I don't know if the color is coming out really well, and some lavender and purple and some flecks of some other things in there too. It is not as drapey. It's a little more dense than the one that I'm currently wearing, the holiday. And I knit this, let me see, let me just double check. I knit a size large. The yarn is from the Irish dyer Life in the Long Grass. It is their single ply merino, and their colorway is tree bark. Now, I don't really think of this as tree bark. I think of this as Pismo Beach, because as you can see, the browns and the tans in this, and even the cream is kind of like the sand at Pismo Beach. And then there's all of these little like purples and some other flecks of blue, of yellow, of pink that pop into it. It's kind of like the seashells. And we were just in Pismo Beach a couple of weeks ago. That was one of our other trips. It's in the central coast of California, and it is wonderful. We got to hike and we got to swim in Avila Bay. But more exciting than that was the beginning of May, we went to Ireland. So it seemed appropriate to take the sweater with me. That's an Irish yarn, and we had such a great time. We went to Dublin. We went south a little bit to go swim in the Irish Sea, which the Irish people call, or use the adjective, fresh. I call it hand-numbing cold. And I did my best Wim Hof breathing to try and calm down and settle into the nice cold water. And I was also able to meet up with one of my friends from so long ago who lives in Greystones, and it was just a joy to be able to reconnect with her and celebrate my birthday. So we had a fabulous time. After climbing out of the Irish Sea, the Cumulus tee was the perfect thing to put on. And all of these sweaters are really just wonderful for Southern California because I can wear them in the evening or on a gray day. They are fantastic. And I will do an insert tee so you can see the whole thing. This is the Cumulus tee with long sleeves. I love the V-neck. It's knit in Life in the Long Grass single ply merino. Love how soft it is. I should mention that my girlfriend took us out driving through the Irish countryside that was just so fabulous with baby lambs. And when I got back into Dublin, I did purchase another Life in the Long Grass skein, a souvenir skein. And I'm not sure if you can see how fun this is. This is kind of like a silvery blue with some interesting flecks of color at the top here. And this is called Colorway UCs. I really have no idea how to say that, but that's the colorway. And this is their Moon yarn, which is, what is Moon? Oh, here it is. It is 20% silk and 80% superwash merino. So it also is very soft and has a little shimmer to it. So I'm looking forward to doing something with that. So those are my projects for the spring, and now we are heading into summer. So tank tops are next. And I hope you have enjoyed my little overview of some fabulous, fabulous spring sweaters. And I think what I would say is, don't be afraid to modify things so that you get the fit that you want. I'm getting more bold and fearless about ripping things back and making changes to a pattern so they fit my body. And I think that the more you knit, you don't want to spend so much time on a beautiful project with gorgeous yarn and then not like the final outcome. So I think it was worth ripping back the Elton pullover to get a result that I really wanted. I think it was worth changing the sleeve lengths for both the holiday and the Cumulus so that I would really enjoy wearing it. So I hope you're enjoying your knits and have a beautiful day. Thanks. Oh, I'm supposed to say, please like and subscribe. I always forget that. Please like and subscribe so that you can see any updates and new videos that I make. Thanks.